Hey everyone, it's Jen and welcome to your practice today. Today's morning movement is focused on spinal mobility. It's recommended that you move your spine in all of its directions each and every day. So think axial extension, which is a lengthening of the spine, such as in mountain pose, side bending, spinal twisting, forward folding, and back bending. So in today's short practice, we're going to hit all of those movements as we go through our flow. If you're using blocks for your practice today, place them to the front short side of your yoga mat. Place your blanket across the center of your yoga mat, and we're going to begin in tabletop position. Place your knees about hip bone distance apart. Take your hands a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart and then spread through the fingers. As you're taking the next inhalation, you're going to allow your belly to start to release down toward the floor as you lift up through your chest bone and slightly lift the chin open through the throat. Exhale as you press into your hands, take your tailbone under and arc and round through your back body. Breathing in, allow the belly to release, lift up through the heart. Exhale, press into the hands, take the tailbone under, cat spine. One more time that way. Breathing in, let the belly release down to the mat, lift up through the heart, open the throat. Exhale, press into the hands, take the tailbone under, arc and round through the spine. Breathing in, come to neutral. Shift into your right knee. We're going to take the left leg into spinal balance. You're going to reach the left leg back, float it up away from the floor. Let the leg lift a little higher than parallel as the belly tips back down and the heart lifts up. Exhale, scoop your left knee into your chest. Press into your hands and round through your back body. Breathing in, send your left leg back behind you. Lift up through the heart. And exhale, scoop your left knee into the belly chest, arc and round through your back body. One more time. Breathe in, lift the left leg up and back. Lift the center sternum high. Exhale, scoop your left knee in. Feel your belly button draw in toward the front line of the spine. Inhale, send the left leg back. Lower the left knee down to the mat and sway out your hips a bit, side to side. Returning back to the center. Shift into your left knee. Send your right leg back behind you. Float the right foot away from the floor. Lift the right leg a little bit higher than parallel to the floor as the belly begins to release and the heart begins to lift. Exhale, scoop your right knee into your right ribs. Press into your hands and arc and round through your back. Inhale, send the right leg up and back behind you. Lift your heart. Exhale, scoop your right knee in toward your right ribs. One more time. Breathe in, send your right leg back behind you. Tip the belly to the floor, lift the heart. Exhale, scoop your right knee in. Feel your belly button scoop in toward your spine. Inhale, right leg goes back. Exhale, set your right knee down onto the floor. Sway out your hips, go from side to side. And then returning back to the center. One more cow tilt here. So let the belly release down to the floor. As that happens, the tops of your thigh bones move back. Heart lifts high. Exhale, press into the balls of the feet. We're going to come into downward dog. Draw the belly into the spine. Float the knees up high and send the sitting bones upward toward the sky. And then pulse through your feet. So bend one knee at a time. Allowing the leg that is moving towards straight to anchor the heel down toward the earth, just bringing some stretch through your feet, the backs of your ankles, your calves, up through the backs of your legs. All right, one last nice full breath in here. Draw into the body through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Take your breath in, gaze up to the space between your hands, and begin to walk your feet forward. coming into forward fold. Now, as you land there, feet beneath the hip bones, inhale, hands either on the yoga blocks, on your shin bones, or if there's a lot of flexibility in the legs, maybe fingertips to the floor. Breathe in, belly lifts away from the thighs, and exhale as you fold into the legs. Let your knees bend so your body compresses in toward the thigh bones, forward folding. Breathing in, nice deep bend to your knees. Sweep your arms out to the side. Rise up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, sweep your arms out to the side. Let your arms come down by your legs as you stand tall in the mountain position. Staying facing the front short side of the mat, I'm just going to simply face out to you for a moment. You're going to just connect your palms into your thighs. Just going to do some dynamic side bending. So you can take that left hand, just start to slide it down the thigh. As you contract the underneath side of the body, it opens the top side and opens the side of the spine. Then we're just going to start to fluidly go back and forth. So right hand down, open the left side of the spine. Just a few more times, emphasizing a sense of like smoothness or fluidity as you move from left to right. All right, last round. Okay, staying facing the front short side of the mat. Take a breath in, sweep your arms up and along the sides of your face. This time, exhale, left hand comes down to left thigh. Right arm stays by the ear as you side tilt over to the left. Breathe in, come back through the center. Feel the top of your head reach up toward the sky above. Exhale, right hand to right thigh, side stretch over. Breathe in, come back to the center. Now stay upright with shoulders over hips, but circle your arms around and out to the side. Take your hands to your low back. Draw your elbow points toward one another, tailbone down. Lift up a bit through the heart, standing back bend. Keeping the hands on the low back, begin to exhale, bend at the knees, hinge at the hips, come into forward fold. As you're bowing in, eventually let your hands slide down, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift, so hands on blocks, shins, or even the earth, and then exhale, fold into the legs. Bend your knees and compress the torso into the thighs. A deeper bend to the knees as you inhale and reverse. Sweep your arms out to the side, rise up. That flow one more time. Exhale, left hand to left thigh, side tilt over. Inhale as you rise, reach up through the crown of your head. Exhale, right hand to right thigh, side tilt over. Inhale as you rise to the center, stay upright. Sweep your arms open to the sides. Let your hands connect to your low back. Draw your elbow points together. Take the tailbone down and lift up through the heart and the chin. Now, as you're exhaling, bend your knees. Hinge at your hips, reach your sitting bones back as you come into forward fold. Inhale, take halfway lift with your spine. Lift the belly from the thighs. Reach out through the crown of the head and exhale, fold into your legs. Staying in forward fold, heel toe your feet just a small amount wider. So you're going to keep your hands either on the blocks or the floor. Any height of the blocks is fine. Bend your right knee. Right hand is going to stay on the block as we start to do some twisting movement with the left hand. So as you inhale, left hand is going to come up to the chest. The elbow point is drawing high. And then exhale as your left hand comes back down. We're going to switch sides. Bend your left knee, left hand stays down. Inhale, right elbow draws up. Right hand to right side chest. Exhale as your right hand comes down. Again, first side, so right knee bends. Inhale, left hand to left side chest. Elbow point draws high. Exhale, left hand coming down. Bend into your left knee. Inhale, right hand comes to right side chest. Elbow point draws high. Exhale as you come down. One more on each side. Inhale, bend the right knee. Left hand rises. Elbow point reaches high. Exhale as you come down, bend your left knee. Inhale as your right elbow reaches up. Exhale as the right hand comes down. Bring your feet a little closer together underneath of your hips again. Inhale, lift your belly, elongate out through the crown of your head, and then as you're exhaling, we're going to come back into downward facing dog. So bend the knees enough that your hands can come down, and then you're going to step your feet back into downward facing dog. Now again, just take a moment and just do a little bit of pedaling here. Take a full inhalation. Feel your breath really just expand from the center outward. Exhale, sigh it out. Okay, lower your knees down into the tabletop. You're going to shift your hips forward so you're coming into a modified plank position. So feel free to move the blocks forward and off of the mat so that they're out of your way. I like to float my feet up and cross at the ankles and calves. Makes the body feel a little lighter and helps to cultivate a little more inner thigh and pelvic floor strength. So take a nice breath in. And then as you're exhaling, we're going to bend the elbows and you're going to lower down to your belly and your chest. Uncross your ankles and your feet. So tops of the feet root down. We're going to take the hands off the mat and cupcake the hands, which means you're kind of up on your fingerprints. We're going to do a version of breathing Cobra. So press into the tops of your feet, draw the tailbone down, press into your fingerprints, and then inhale, curl up. Lift from the center of your shoulder blades, and at the last moment, the chin slightly lifts so the gaze is forward. And then exhale, let your ribs come back down. Press into the tops of your feet, draw your tailbone down, inhale, curl the body up. Version of the Bhujangasana Cobra, and then exhale, let your body slowly come back down. Okay, and then inhale, root down, tailbone draws toward the space between the heels as you rise. Hold in the Cobra for a moment. Take a full breath in, feel the breath right at the heart. The openness across the heart is energizing and creates alertness for the day. Take a breath in. Exhale as you bring the body forward. Good. For just a moment, stack your palms, rest your forehead on your stacked palms, bend your knees so heels come in toward the buttocks, and sway your legs from side to side. Okay, tops of the feet can come back down. One inhalation, draw in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Hands coming beneath the chest by those upper ribs. Inhale, come up to tabletop. Okay, so we're going to ground down into the right hand. We're going to bring the left hand up to the left side chest again. Elbow point draws high. On your next exhalation, we're going to take the left arm and thread it through the right hand and the right knee. So thread the needle. So we're going to come down onto the left side of the face. If you find that your head is hovering, you definitely want to slide an extra blanket underneath of the side of the face so that you have neck support. Now you can stay here, pressing into your right hand and feeling the spinal rotation. You can also engage a little more through the abs and maybe lean into your left knee a bit more to extend through the right leg. Ball of the right foot pressing into the mat. This version of the pose creates spinal rotation, but also increases abdominal strength as well as focus and concentration, due especially to the right knee lifting away from the floor. So take another round of breath. Press into the right hand a bit, just stabilizing strong through that hand as your right knee comes down. Slowly unthread the left hand. You come back up to all fours. One cat-cow. Breathe in, let your belly release down toward the floor. Lift up through your heart. Exhale, take that forward folding position, cat spine. So draw the belly in, arc through the spine. Inhale, neutral spine. Sway out your hips. Okay, and then come to the center. Ground into your left hand. Slide your right hand up to the right side chest. Draw the right elbow up. And then as you exhale, take your right arm, thread it through your left hand and left knee. Come down to the right side of the face. So you're going to use your left hand as a stabilization point. So just kind of anchoring in, drawing the lowest ribs on the front body slightly together. You can stay here or lean more weight into your right knee and then take your left leg like a kickstand. Extend it back. Taking a momentary hold here to emphasize balance and focus in the mind, abdominal strengthening, and spinal rotation. Okay, last round of breath. Okay, slowly as you stabilize through left hand, let your left knee come back down. And then unthread your right arm. Come back up to all fours. Let your inhale, tip your belly to the floor, lift your heart. Exhale, press into your hands, round your back, giving that forward folding motion, flexion to the spine. Inhale one more time, release your belly. Now this time as you're exhaling, we're going to come through neutral spine. Bring the big toes together and slide the knees out a little wide. Wide knee child's pose. Start to sink your sitting bones back towards your heels. So we just come into this forward folding shape. We're going to take another side stretch here. So walk your hands to the right. If you like, your right elbow can bend and you'll stretch out long through the left side body. Breathe, especially into the left side of the body, the spaces between the ribs. And then after this next exhalation, switch over to the second side. So walk your body through the center. Send your right leg or your right arm rather nice and long. As you settle your left hand strong to the earth. Good. Inhale. Let's come back to the center. Now, for the last moments here, either keep your knees apart, which is a little easier, a little gentler on the knee joints and the spine, or you can exaggerate the forward folding motion by sliding your knees together and then beginning to sink your sitting bones back toward your heels so you have a little bit more rounding. Now, for this, I like to support my head a little bit. So I like to take my hands either palms stacked or fist stacked and then take the forehead down. You could even use a blanket or you could use a yoga bolster or block. This is going to bring you into that forward folding position. And just remember, this version is a little more challenging for the spine. So you can always feel free to keep your knees apart. And that'll feel a little gentler on the knee joints and spinal joints. Take a breath in. Fill up the back body. Exhale, let it go. Nice breath in. And let it go. One more time. Okay. Releasing your hands, let your hips start to rise back up. Just transitioning through table and coming around for a moment to your seat. So you can sit up on the blanket or maybe grab a hold of a block or a pillow just to elevate your pelvis a little higher. It's very important because it gives you a little more mobility in your pelvis and helps you lengthen the spine. Okay, so the 5 movements of the spine are lengthening the spine, twisting, side bending, back bending, and forward folding. Okay, so let's take here one more axial extension. So just take a big breath in, sweep your arms out to the side, let your arms reach up by your ears. Now, as you're here, just take a momentary pause to feel the bones of the buttocks kind of root down toward your block or your blanket or your bolster, and then let your fingertips rise up to the sky. For a little bit more powerful gesture in the hands, you could interlock your hands and extend your index fingers up toward the sky. Just be mindful of the shoulders. Okay, and as you hold either arms by ears, hands together apart, draw the belly button slightly into the spine. You want to just pay attention to the sensation of lengthening through the spinal column. Breathe in. Exhale, float the arms almost like feathers out to the sides. Let one hand connect to your heart and one hand connect to the belly. This gesture draws us back into the center of our being. Knowing that a sense of calmness exists within you, and throughout your day, you can reconnect to this sense of calm by placing one hand to the belly and one to the heart whenever you need. Hands together at heart center in the prayer position. The light within me bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.